Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome back to this, I guess, series that I have going of wrestling fans being fucking degenerates. If you didn't see my last video on this topic, I talked about the very viral interaction that CM Punk had with a fan in the lobby of a hotel. Basically, just some asshole who was overstepping his boundaries, trying to film Punk's wife, AJ Lee, and you all know the story by now. You all have seen that video, I hope. Well, today, ever since I've gotten back in the wrestling gig, I just keep seeing more and more stories of people, fans, acting unhinged. And it's really disheartening, especially because when I was a fan, I don't really remember there being many negative interactions that were huge viral stories or anything. Maybe the occasional candid camera moment or something. Someone would jump over the barricade, be an idiot or something like that. But nothing to the extent nowadays. Like, wrestling fans, a good minority of them, thankfully, are just degenerate. I'm just going to say that right now. Many of them are very good. Many of them actually love the product. But as they say, the bad apples always spoil the bunch. And today, I want to talk about this viral clip of the WWE Superstar and one of my personal favorite modern superstars, Rhea Ripley, talking about a crazy interaction that she had with a fan. As you know, of course, I have a Funko Pop of Rhea right here. I started displaying my Funko Pops in the background as well. I thought it would make my backgrounds a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But the background for this was she was on Twitch with her husband, former WWE wrestler and current AEW wrestler Buddy Matthews, and their mutual friend, Gabriel Eros, who is a Australian indie wrestler and also goes by the name of King Creus. He streams on Twitch, makes really fucking hilarious content as well. So I highly recommend his channel. And they were just talking about kind of anxiety of being in the public sphere as performers. And Creus asked Rhea if she ever felt scared, being in public. And she decided to say that, break the news basically, that some random weirdo somehow got her number and sent her a text message. Yeah, that's totally not creepy or weird at all. If I'm able to, I'll put the clip in this video or I'll link it in the description. Whichever, you'll be able to see it either in this video or I'll link it down below.
It is nice though. Like, obviously people have fans. Like, I have fans, you have fans, Matt have fans. It's just like sometimes people like take it. It's like scary. Sometimes I get scared.
Yeah,
Do you ever get scared?
all the time. Especially when people rock up to my fucking house.
Yeah.
And text me on my actual mobile phone.
How do they find that? Oh, don't say that actually.
I won't say how, but someone found my phone number and they texted me the other day, wanting me to see them because they couldn't buy tickets to SmackDown.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm sure you really liked getting that text message. Do you reckon in their head they go, "Oh, I'm gonna text her," and then she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, thanks for reaching out. Like, yeah, let me get you the tickets." Yeah,
It baffles me. It really does.
it's pretty crazy.
Like, there's no privacy anywhere.
Yeah.
We actually need to check yours to see if your stuff's...
And I want to imagine, like, what makes someone even think that this makes them look good to do that. Like, I don't even understand. Like, you have to be just so screwed up in the head. And it just makes me think, are fans really this entitled? Do they really think that they can overstep those boundaries? Now, I know that this is really nothing new in as far as toxic fan culture, and I have touched on this a little bit in the past, in my previous video and in some of my videos about music. I mean, I've gone to war with Machine Gun Kelly fans before, but there's this weird idolization and this weird parasocial relationship that people form with others. Like, oh my God, you mean so much to me, and I know, and I think that I mean so much to you, even though it's like, bro, they don't even know you exist. I've had to remind this to many people who just defend vehemently literally anyone or anything, especially in politics. But the reason why I think this is very damaging is because it has nothing to do with how I feel about Rhea Ripley as a wrestler as much. Because even though I do think she is one of the best in ring performers, I mean, every match she does has just is up to the top tier quality, no matter who her opponent is, which is one of the things that really draws me to her as a performer. But it's who she is outside of the ring. Once I started getting back into wrestling, obviously I knew who she was. I would see her merch, I would see photos of her in fucking Target or Walmart and shit. And I always was kind of curious as to what kind of, her style was and everything. But then once I really started to see clips of her outside the ring, watch interviews, I mean, I really think that she's one of the best people outside of the ring. She seems like a very nice and caring person, which is very hard to find in wrestling, surprisingly, especially back in the day. It has gotten better nowadays. There are people who are genuinely good people. I definitely say a majority of them are, but she's just such a person, such a great person who just talks about, a lot of important things. She's a big mental health advocate, is an LGBTQ ally, and is just someone who takes pride in the fact that they're inspiring a generation, not only of just women, but of people to achieve their dreams and to be themselves. It's a message that I think is definitely important. And she's also helped knock down a lot of negative stereotypes in women's wrestling, because trust me, I grew up in the worst period of women's wrestling when it was just, oh, let's have a hot chick mug the camera for 5 minutes, and while the majority of the people watching wrestling went to go have a pee break before the main event match. Like, it's come such a far way, and we have to thank people like Rhea Ripley for it coming the way it has. And why I think that this is so damaging is because, I don't know, if I was her, this would discourage me from doing fan events. I wouldn't go to Fanatics. I wouldn't let my guard down around people. I mean, I just feel like there's going to come to a point where these people just don't even want to interact with anyone in the crowd. They'll wrestle their match and they'll go home. They won't, because a lot of these people too will sometimes take photos with fans in the audience or in the parking lot when they're leaving and when they're exhausted. And I just want to say to these people, that's not a privilege. They don't have to do that. They're not entitled to do that. They're doing that because they're genuinely good people and they care about their fans. They don't owe you that at all. I have a personal experience of meeting a member of one of my favorite bands, as you can tell, Animal Collective. I went to go see Panda Bear live in last September in Pennsylvania, and his band member Deacon was opening for him. And after the concert, Josh Dibb was at the merch table, and I bought a shirt. Okay, this is the tour shirt. And he was there, and I asked him, talked to him for a minute, said, I really love your music, it means a lot to me, and he signed my shirt, and we had a nice 5-minute conversation, and I fucked off and left. I didn't annoy him, I didn't occupy his time. It wasn't even that big of an interaction anyway, and it's something that will probably never happen again, but it's a memory that I'll have for the rest of my life. Things like this aren't like entitled privileges, though. You don't get that because you're a fan of someone. Interestingly, I had a conversation with my friend and his girlfriend when I hung out with them last. I asked them what would they do if a member of one of their favorite bands, if say they were in Target or something, a member of one of their favorite bands came to their local Target or something like that, and they saw them in an aisle. I asked them straight up, would you go up to them? Would you, try and get a photo with them, talk with them, even though they're not in the context of performing? And they both said, yes, respectfully, I would. And while I respect that answer, I personally wouldn't, especially when it comes to WWE wrestlers. Like, if you look at the travel schedule, I mean, they literally go from one town, do a taping, then sometimes they'll have to go back to Stamford, Connecticut, which is where WWE headquarters is, fly back out for the next show. Maybe they get to be home for 4 hours out of the day, or maybe a day or two. It's a very stressful thing, and I can only imagine what's like for people like Rhea and Buddy who are married, and even other WWE superstars with kids. I mean, sometimes the kids get to travel with them if they're a main event star, but sometimes they miss birthday parties, they miss Christmases, they miss holidays, and they miss big events, and it's something that they're sacrificing for you. I also love this entitled attitude that I've seen of people saying, oh, well, they're celebrities, so they're asking for it. But this is always a double standard that these people never apply to the celebrities they actually like. Like, they'll say this about a John Cena or a Rhea Ripley or a Rock, but, if Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, or Justin Bieber get mugged and annoyed in the damn hotel lobby, they'll be just fuming and angry. And you can't have double standards and take a moral high ground, in my opinion. But that's just me, guys. Let me know what you think of this. If you like this type of free-form content. Really quick, I want to shout out my friend Trenton's channel, Relic Grove. If you're into video games, especially Resident Evil, he's done videos about Resident Evil, Fable, Mass Effect, and he's, Star Wars too. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith game, had to think for a moment, as well as some other interesting topics like AI and meta. Definitely check out his channel, Relic Grove. I'll leave it linked in the description. And my friend Jake, who I do the album exchanges with, he has a channel as well called Jacob Tinnerman. We just ranked and reviewed Bleacher's new album and their entire discography. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya!